Hello, I'm Amy Blaylock. Welcome to City Hall this week. A much-needed renovation project is about to get underway at Durham City Hall. The 9-month project is expected to begin in early December. The goal is to have a building that is more visually appealing on the outside and more comfortable for the public and city employees on the inside.
The major portion of the renovation is removal of our white concrete and gravel panels on the front of City Hall and council chambers, and replacement of those with a metal panel system. These metal panels are going to be a major visual change to City Hall. They're going to be varying shades of gray with random heights and widths. Also, along City Hall Plaza, the front of our building will be more open than our existing concrete panels, particularly at street level.
Canopies will also be added to help visitors locate the entrances to City Hall. The other work that will be part of this project includes necessary brick repairs, replacement of the waterproofing, concrete and handrails on the Annex Plaza, which is located between City Hall and the Annex, and replacement of existing HVAC equipment with brand new high-efficiency chillers.
This project is going to result in major functional and sustainable improvements to City Hall. In addition to the obvious visual changes at City Hall, this design has been carefully detailed to respect the style of the building and to complement the growth in downtown.
The $6.4 million project is needed because City Hall was built in 1975 and the City Hall Annex was built in 1964.
These buildings that are 40 and 50 years old respectively are showing their age, water infiltration, and obvious exterior deterioration. We've made lots of repairs over the years, but now is the time to fully address all the issues in a holistic fashion.
Improvements that are expected to be well worth the temporary inconvenience for employees, visitors, and nearby residents and businesses.
You can expect to hear normal construction noise such as backup alarms, smaller pieces of machinery, engine noises, saws, drills, that type of thing. There will also be some demolition noise from larger pieces of equipment and jackhammers, but we are expecting to perform most of that work during evening and weekend hours.
In addition to the noise, pedestrian and vehicle traffic will also be impacted during construction.
Pedestrian access is going to be limited around the perimeter of City Hall. In fact, I would expect that most sidewalk areas in the block of City Hall complex will be closed. However, we will be maintaining safe access to the entrances at City Hall and the City Hall Annex. Access to the City Hall entrance itself will be through a covered walkway, similar to most urban construction projects. In addition, we're also going to maintain access to the night drop box along Mangum Street. That access will be pedestrian only. Vehicular access along City Hall Plaza is expected to remain open during business hours. We will be closing one lane of Liberty Street located along the east side of the Annex. And the drop-off loop along Mangum Street will remain closed during the entire project.
Access to the lobby of City Hall, council chambers, and the committee room will also remain open to the public throughout the project as well. More information on the renovation project can be found on the city's website, or you can email the address listed on the bottom of your screen. A project to replace aging water lines in the Durham Central Park area is moving forward. The City Council approved a $1.4 million contract for professional engineering services for the project. The scope of work includes surveying, design, permitting, and bidding. The water lines need to be replaced because they have reached the end of their service life and require increased maintenance and repair. The construction cost of these improvements is expected to be $9 million. Guidelines for 2 new programs supported by dedicated housing funds are now in place. The City Council approved application requirements and evaluation criteria for the 2 programs during its November 3rd meeting. A total of $500,000 for small project development is included in the funding plan for fiscal year 2016. That program will work to ensure that Habitat for Humanity and other nonprofits have access to homebuyer assistance, acquisition funds, or cost write-downs to remain viable and operating. In addition, just over $1 million has been set aside to support neighborhood revitalization. This program will support the Southeast Central Durham Choice Neighborhood Initiative and the Mayor's Northeast Central Durham Reduced Poverty Initiative. The requirements and evaluation criteria will be incorporated into the Community Development Department's annual competitive application process. Funding recommendations will be presented to the City Council at a later time. More job training opportunities are now available for unemployed and underemployed residents in Northeast Central Durham. Find out what they are and whether they might benefit you or someone you know when City Hall This Week continues.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Welcome back. Durham's strategic plan is being updated and the city needs your help. The plan is the guide that directs the city's energies, financial resources, and planning. It is updated every 2 years. As part of that process, residents will be engaged through surveys, focus groups, events, and meetings over the next 2 months. The goals of the plan will remain the same, but your help is needed in identifying whether those goals have been achieved. To offer input, simply click on this icon on the city's website during November and December and complete the survey. Your perspective will be incorporated to help shape the city's strategy in accomplishing its goals. The city is continuing its efforts to help provide job training for unemployed and underemployed residents in Northeast Central Durham. That training is being supported in large part with a $200,000 grant from the Environmental Protection Agency. The funds will allow the city to provide 240 hours of training in the environmental field to 80 residents. The training will help to provide a link to employment with local area brownfield and construction projects, as well as to other environmental and wastewater treatment firms. That does it for City Hall this week. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. You can also find us on demand on Durham Television Network's webpage and on YouTube. I'm Amy Blaylock. Thank you for joining us.